First off, tell me your name and title.
I am Tricia Steele Seifert, and I'm president of Sci Digital.
Well, we're here talking about Venue Dog. Tell me a little bit about Venue Dog and what exactly that is.
So Venue Dog is a wonderful project of Sci Digital's that just launched in February. It's a web application or website to find and discover events in Rome and Floyd County across all different kinds of categories. Anything from education, nightlife, music, entertainment, arts, to sports, outdoor, and community events.
And it's really dedicated not only to Romans, but folks from out of town that could come into Rome for vacations, events. How does that work exactly?
Absolutely. So we've built the site to be something where residents can use to keep track of what's going on and store those events to their calendar and remember that they're happening in the future. But also put a big emphasis on making sure that visitors could, who are planning to come to Rome, could use the site to look in advance and find out what's going to be happening while they are in town. And we've also put a lot of, so one of the ways we're reaching out to those visitors is by getting cards in each one of those visitors' hands through the hotels so that every guest knows where they can go to find out what's going on while they're here. What
was the brainchild, or what was the idea behind inventing this, and who was the entrepreneur behind?
Sure. So there's a group of community investors. One of those founders is Craig McDaniel, and the vision was really happened not just from living here in Rome and seeing that there was a lot of different ways to kind of piece together what was happening on a weekend, but it took digging in lots of different places, but also overhearing a story of a recruited physician who shared at the end of an interview process that they'd been in town for a few days and hadn't been able to figure out what there was to do because they didn't know where to look. And so that really fueled the idea from not just a visitor perspective, but really at that point it's an economic development idea, the idea of recruiting new residents. So it's really all three of those things. The idea of a person who lives here being able to find everything that they might be looking for in one place, and to discover more things happening in their town than they might realize. But then also for a visitor or for a recruit to find out more of what life in Rome is like, or while they're here to connect with things going on here in town.
And it's putting folks to work in Floyd County.
Absolutely. So Venue Dog, the website launched in February. The company itself was really formed and put together much earlier than that, and it employs a full-time director of sales and a part-time content curator to keep those events listings up to date and fresh for the visitors.
And it's free for anybody to post events, whether it being from a Miss School competition to a Relay for Life event, correct?
Absolutely. So event listings will always be free, and a user just goes through a really simple registration process, and then they can add an event. We've tried to make sure that everything that someone would want to know about an event is accounted for on that form so that you're giving complete information. And then we've sort of built the tools so that once that event is posted, the visitor can find that event on a Google map right there, can share that event across social networks or in other ways. And the event poster has some data about folks who are expressing that they want to attend that event by saving it to their calendar. But yeah, an event can be listed for free, absolutely.
And the website?
The website is venuedog.com, VENUEDOG.com.